cold. It is cold outside. Of course, you would expect that this time of year. And as I'm leaving the theater, I think it's colder in the theater than it was in seeing the movie Black Christmas. You expect cold weather. In a horror, you expect horror. But you don't expect the theater to be freaking freezing. And it was cold in there. I should have got up and told the manager. Several times throughout the movie, I'm thinking to myself, I need to go tell the manager how freaking cold it is in there. My gosh, I was going to go see Polar Express, but I begged out and decided, you know what? Screw this. It's too cold. I can't. Richard Jewell last night was cold too. Anyway, I'm bitching about this, but the movie is Black Christmas. And I saw the 74 Black Christmas, and I saw this one. Clearly this by a female director and writer, and it's women, the old story, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That is the topic. That is the plot. It's more, not so much scary, although Blumhouse, I think they're going to get points for the jump scare award. The most jump scares. People, scary is not jump scaring every 5 minutes. Scary is atmosphere. Watch the original 1974 Black Christmas. Watch that movie. There's jump scares in it, sure. But the music and the sounds were overdone. Very overdone. The actual plot of the movie was kind of cool, which is odd. Riley, apparently she was wronged. Thank you. Apparently she was wronged, and a frat boy had tried, maybe he gave her a roofie and tried something on her, whatever the storyline is, and nobody believed that the boy did wrong, and now the boys come back for the frat, and there's something evil lurking in the frat. Is that Carrie Ooze, or Ools? How does I say his name from Liar Liar? The guy with the real boyish look. He's been in horror before. He was in another horror film. And I see him and I think of him as Liar Liar, the goody two-shoe boyfriend of Mara Turney. Anyway, he's a professor, and they're trying to get a petition on the professor. It's a somewhat intricate plot for a horror movie. And the ending is, it's I'm not going to spoil it, but it's actually somewhat entertaining, the ending, how they did this. They rolled into the ending. So if you, superficially, it starts a little slow, but it works itself into a likable movie at some point. And if you can get through it and diagnose the plot, which is somewhat fresh, does it have anything to do with Black Christmas, the original? No. Other than the sorority girls, I guess, sort of. So if you're hoping for a remake or reboot of Black Christmas, going to be sorely disappointed. If you're hoping for a movie about men that celebrates men and makes men anything but just stupid and evil and out to rape people, you're going to be disappointed. Because men aren't really portrayed. The police, every man in this movie is portrayed poorly, except for the boyfriend or wannabe boyfriend DJ guy of Riley. He seems like he has some redeeming qualities, but even he's presented as kind of weak and sheepish and just not very good portrayal. You know what? We can have men still not be weak and still not be wanting to rape every woman and not wanting to be evil in a movie. We can have that along with men that are evil and wanting to rape women and wanting to be, despicable. We can have both. Just as we can have women who are good and wanting to fight and be, against we can have both in movies. So if you want to be realistic in a movie, you have both. How do I rate this movie? 5 stars. I'm very torn. One side of me does not want to recommend it, and the other side of me does, because the story actually is pretty good. And I go to movie for story. I go for story, And characterization pretty terrible, except, I mean, if you're a woman wanting to get against men, you're going to you're going to love this movie, excuse me. If you're a man that wants to see some strength in men as well as women, you're going to hate this movie. If you're a man who doesn't really care, just wants to take his wife to a movie where women just kick butt, you're going to like this movie. So I'm going to say recommended. Barely recommended with a caveat, with like an asterisk. And I'm going to say 3 stars. 3 stars for this movie. Now, I know I've already read seen some ratings of some previews. I haven't read the actual reviews. And I've seen this movie is getting killed. So it's probably not going to sell very well. And the one negative part of this movie, which speaking of already, which is that it is not Black Christmas, the movie. So it's not a reboot. It's not a remake. It's just a retelling with the title Black Christmas. So if that's what and it has sorority girls in it. So I could see people that would want to rate it on that are going to rate it lower. But me, I'm going to give it a 3 because I thought the story was kind of cool. It really was. And yeah, I wasn't all for the women power crap. And, hey, great. I want strong women. But I want strong men too. I want both. This world is, 50-50. 50% men, 50% women. So can't we have stories that are more realistic and still horrible? Yes, we can. We should. We should have equal characterization if we're looking for true equality. This movie doesn't have any true equality. This movie is all one-sided, except for one character. And even he's kind of weak. 3 stars out of 5. Could have easily not recommended this, but I am going to recommend it because I think the story itself has some redeeming qualities, and it is somewhat fresh. So good job to Sophia, the director. I mean, getting a recommended movie. So 3 out of 5 stars. Is it the greatest horror movie I've ever seen? Heck no. And I could just as easily say I see people why they dislike this movie. But me, 3 out of 5 stars. Go see it. Go check it out. Have an open mind. Unless all the things that I said that were negative about this would totally turn you off to this movie, and then don't bother. Todd, moviereviewsbyus.com. Please stop by and check out the blog. Subscribe, like, share. You know the routine. Thank you.